Hey mama, congrats on your new baby. You probably were so excited and you thought that you were about to start this new adventure as a mom, rocking your baby and just taking care of your baby, all the things you do with your baby dolls. And then you decide to breastfeed. And then you realize that no, yes, you're a new mom, but really your new full-time job is milk production, and it can be so overwhelming. It can be a lot. And so I don't know about you, but I did not expect that. And my name is Dela and I am a mom. I've had 4 babies. And so I just want to help you out because I have been there. And so if you are on the verge of giving up breastfeeding, if it hurts so much that you want to cry or you have been crying, I have been there. Guys, this video is not going to be a video about latch techniques or, you know, how to position your baby, all that stuff. Yes, look those videos up. Fix your latch if that's an issue, but I'm going to show you the nitty-gritty of just how to survive, because some of it is latch and some of it is, you know, your technique, the way you're laying your baby, but some of it is you just have to get through the hard and then it becomes easier than bottle feeding, and that's what a lot of people won't tell you. So hang in there, watch this video. I'm going to give you all my tips. A lot of this stuff I just did on autopilot, and I told my husband, oh my gosh, I need to make a video about this, because don't get me wrong, this is my 4th baby that I've breastfed, and it's still hard and it still hurts, and I'm only 2 weeks postpartum, and so full transparency, my nipples are hurting still. And so, but I was able to make it through a little bit better this time, and so I want to share with you guys the tips and tricks that help for me. Okay, so the first thing that you need that I got with my first baby, who was a emergency C-section. Let me say this too: if your baby was taken from you for any amount of time and they weren't given to you directly to breastfeed from birth, you're probably gonna have a harder time breastfeeding. So that means if you had a C-section or your baby had to spend any time in the NICU, it's just more challenging. So give yourself a lot of grace, okay? Even if they didn't, but I'm just saying, I've noticed with my 2 babies that they took from me, they had a harder time latching on, okay? And every baby's different. My second baby came out like a champ. It was the second, I got a lot of kids. Yes, the second baby, she came out like a champ. She latched on. We had no issues, y'all. It was crazy, and I thought it was because I was not a new mom. No, it's just different per baby. This thing, you're probably not even be able to see it because of the lighting. It's clear. It's a nipple shield. Okay, so breastfeeding might get to the point where it hurts so bad. Guys, with my nipples were so raw and bleeding, and I'm not trying to be, you know, disgusting or anything like that, but I'm keeping it real with you guys. And it was so hard, and I remember just crying and being like, this is so hard, and I wanted to give up, but for some reason I didn't, and I thank God that I didn't. But one of the nurses, we were stuck in the hospital, one of the nurses brought this in. Now, the reason why the other ones didn't tell me about it, or the latch specialist, is because it's controversial or whatever, because maybe it could mess up baby's ability to latch on a normal nipple. But let me tell you something, when your nipples are raw and you're trying to feed your baby and you just need a break, these will save your life, okay? And I will show, I use this for something else too, but I'll show you in the video. So speaking of having, and you may not have raw nipples, but you have like little bites or they're just sore, this cream, I got these little bitty bottles. I guess, I don't know why they didn't have any of the big bottles, but this one came with like 3 little bitty bottles. I don't know if y'all can even see this, but the brand is the LANSINOH. I don't even know how to say this, y'all. But this is what you need, y'all. Let me tell you something. Y'all know me, I'm all about the budget and not breaking the bank, but the things that I'm recommending you need that brand, okay? Because I've tried other things, and I'm not sponsored. This video is not sponsored. If my Amazon link works, I'll link it below, and it helps support the channel. But listen, this is the brand. This is the GOAT of Nipple Cream, okay? This is what you need, because there's something in it, like that first ingredient, like it just changes the game. I'm talking about can have you healed in a day or 2. And so with this, here's a little trick too. If you need your nipples to heal, okay, this is like it's from Dela. It's like a bubble, I don't know what this is actually for, but when you put it over your nipple, put this cream on, put this over your nipple, put it in your bra at nighttime or during the day, and it's gonna allow your breast to breathe, your nipple to breathe with this cream on, okay? And you can also use the Nipple Shield that I told you about. That's what I used before I had these. These are by Dela. I think this is by Dela too, yeah. but I use this too. So you just tuck it in your bra, and these are more discreet. So you can just put the cream on, tuck this in your bra, so your bra, you're not pulling your raw nipples off of your bra, okay? Because that hurts. So both of these I highly recommend during that healing stage. And you know something else I did before I even knew this existed? Just take your shirt off, put the cream on. You just have to let it air out. It sucks because you feel like, you know, just like you're just all over the place. But you gotta let the air hit your nipples. You gotta let it heal so that you can feel better, okay? Okay, the fourth thing I recommend if you when breastfeeding hurts and you're thinking about giving up, I recommend a pump, okay? This is the Mom Cozy pump. I'm not gonna say anything about this pump because honestly, I'm still trying to figure out how it works. You need a pump. Most people have a Dela pump sitting in the dark closet if you don't have insurance, or you know, you can get these Mom Cozy pretty affordable off of Amazon. But I recommend a portable pump so you don't feel like you're stuck to the wall. You can't, now even when you with a portable pump, you can't be doing the most, you know what I mean? People make it seem like you can just be, I don't know, running around working in the garden while you're pumping. It's not that portable. But just because you want to breastfeed does not mean that you cannot pump. I know there's a community that feels like you just have to, if you're going to exclusively breastfeed. There was a time with my first, which was my hardest breastfeeding experience. I had to pump and feed her that way for 24 hours so that my nipples can heal, or so I can just take a break mentally. And for me, the reason why I pump now is because I don't like the idea of my baby being 100% dependent on me. Like, what if something happens? I want to know my baby's going to be able to eat. And by something happening, I mean, I can't get to the baby, or I don't know. I just like the idea that if I'm so mentally drained or exhausted at night, one night, my husband can feed his baby. You know what I mean? So pump if you need to. Pump and bottle feed your baby and then try again, okay? Because they get better. They really do get better. If you don't feel like pumping, because that can also add and feel like, you know, a full-time job, this thing is amazing. It's called a Haakaa, I think. You don't need a fancy one. Again, this is $12 I think on Amazon, and you just pull it back and pop it up and kind of squeeze it, and it suctions that other breast that you're not feeding the baby on. And while you're feeding this baby, there you'll have a letdown over here, and sometimes I've gotten up to 3 ounces while breastfeeding my baby. So this will help you build up your supply and store them in bags. Speaking of bags, again, same brand as the Nipple Cream, the purple brand with the L. This is all you need. Don't get them other bags. Do not get those cheap bags. I'm telling you, y'all, those bags will fail you. This bag will not. Just even the way you pull the thing off, it comes off smooth. The texture is better. The double zip is gonna save you. They're just thick. They can stand up when they have milk in them. If you don't want to spill your milk, this is it. You don't want to spill breast milk, okay? Okay, now let's say that you don't have nipple damage, nothing's hurting, your baby's actually latching pretty fine, but you just feel so overwhelmed, okay? That is so normal. And I want to say, hang in there. There's a break at the 1 month mark where I think your baby just gets bigger. They get better at latching. Their mouths get bigger. It gets better. And then again at the 3 month mark, you will feel like a pro. Like, you really will. For some reason your nipples stop dripping, your body's adjusted to your baby, and you can just run out the house without a bottle. It's the best thing ever, okay? So you just got to hang on to there. Until then, you need to download, because let me tell you, in order to be successful with breastfeeding, you're going to have to treat this like a job at first. You're going to feel overwhelmed, but let me tell you, you can do this. If this is something that you decide you want to do, whether it's because of the shortage in formula, or you just, you know, you want the weight loss benefits, which everybody doesn't get. I don't get those. But you just know this is the best, you know, option for your baby, whatever. If you're committed to this, I'm trying to show you how to survive. So here's the app that you need. Let me tell you what it's called. What is this app called? I'm sorry. Baby Tracker, okay? And it looks like this when you go into it. And it has where you can track everything. When you breastfeed, when you pump. You can even do diaper change and sleep. I don't do all that. But I do use it to track when I breastfeed and pump, because one, I know when the baby's crying, I can look back at my app and see when is the last time I fed them. You can put which breast you fed them on. You can put how many ounces you pumped, and you can just track everything so you can take your mind off of it, okay? Especially if you're pumping and breastfeeding, that can feel overwhelmed. This is everything. And I usually use this like the first month for sure, until we get into a rhythm. This is going to save your life. Download this. I think it's called the Baby Tracker in the Apple Store, and it has like 30,000 or something, I don't know, a lot of likes and stuff, so you won't be confused by the other ones. Don't use the other ones. Download the Baby Tracker, okay? It's like purple, it's white, and it has like a little mom. It looks like a little head holding a little baby, like it's just a circle head, and some, it's just weird, but you'll see it. And then it has like a lot of like bottles and stuff drawn around it with confetti. So download that app. It's gonna save your life. If you are struggling with milk supply, I don't really struggle with that, but there are amazing vitamins on Amazon. Don't let that be the reason that you give up. Get you some vitamins that help with milk supply, or with, if you have clogged ducts, you want to take that very seriously, because you can end up in the hospital and needing antibiotics and stuff like that. So if your breasts are actually in severe pain and you start shaking, or your temperature, just watch that, because that's not normal. But there are vitamins that can help with milk supply, and there's vitamins that can help with clogged ducts. If you get in front of it ahead of time, you won't have to do antibiotics and stuff like that. And the last thing I want to recommend, if breastfeeding is your full-time job, drinking water is your new part-time job, okay? Water, 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 water. When it comes to supply, water is everything. And like I said in my postpartum essentials video, get you a cute cup to encourage you to drink water, a straw, because if you're breastfeeding, you're gonna be holding a baby a lot, you're gonna be laying down a lot, and so a straw just makes it easier. The hospital cup, I love the hospital cup they give you. I didn't get it because I didn't have my baby in the hospital this time, so I literally looked on Amazon up hospital cups, and they have them on there. I ended up going with this one because it's cold and you want a handle and a straw, all the things. So just get you a cute cup and drink your water. That's the biggest thing I've found with breastfeeding, is that you want to stay hydrated, okay? I hope this helps you. Remember, this too shall pass. It feels overwhelming. It feels like a lot. I was literally looking at my baby the other day that's 6, and I was like, wow, she's so big. And I remember crying in the bed because I just didn't know if I was gonna be able to feed her. So it will pass, mama. You can do it. If you have a new baby, you're in your postpartum season or whatever, I would love for you to hit subscribe. Let's walk through this together. Like I said, this is my 4th kid, and so I want to be diligent about sharing some things that just come naturally to me from doing it for so long. I've been in this game for almost a decade now, which is crazy, as I still feel like a young mom who doesn't know what she's doing. But still, I would love for you to be a part of our community. Leave any tips below that maybe I forgot. I'm not an expert. I'm not a latch expert. I'm not a breastfeeding consultant. I'm none of that. I'm just the mom that makes it through that first month. It'll be so worth it. But at the end of the day too, your baby being fed is the biggest thing. So feed your baby, mama, how you need to feed your baby, and make sure that you are okay. Don't be scared to ask for help. Your husband, you can pump. Your husband is very capable of feeding the baby, or your partner, or your mom, or whoever you have helping you. If you don't have anyone helping you, you can do this, okay? I love you guys, and I'll see you in my next video.